Guys, how we doing? Good morning. I'm Ryan Mack. Welcome back to Trading Guys, and as always, we're going to fly through fundamentals. Let's mix it up a little bit this morning, right? And let's go through technical analysis first of all, and see what kind of trades we've got coming up. So I like to do this I like to have a look at the kind of 4-hour, daily, and weekly. So we've just got a range here. It's also going to break out at some point. Aussie and CAD, I would always say Aussie's much stronger than the CAD just now. So, I mean, it might be showing some weakness this week kind of thing. But overall, I wouldn't be selling this. I'd be waiting to buy it. So I'd be waiting for it to come down and then buy it. I wouldn't be selling. AUD look, it's in a good area here. But, well, I say a good area. It's in a good area of value to sell from, but look, I mean, overall, it's an all-time low, you know, so it's just really shit. I would really prefer to sell it from this region here, sell it from here down. Excuse me. Yeah, pretty shit. This AUD NZD, I'd be looking at buys. I wouldn't be looking to sell it. But I wouldn't be looking to buy it from here. I would be looking for a good pullback, first of all, maybe even down to here. Or at best down to here, but maybe even down to here. Previous resistance, once broken, becomes the new support, right? So I'd be looking for it to kind of retest this zone here. Small candle, large engulfing, volume kicked in, bosh, away you go. AUD Japanese yen, I'd be looking at buys. But yeah, there's nothing really there. There's no markups. AUD USD, I would ideally, I'd be looking at sales. Look, you see how it's happened again here. Look, you've got the small candle. Sorry about that. Small candle, large engulfing, breaks away. You mark up the small candle with the box and wait for the market to come back down, retest it. Now that's pretty shit. I didn't take it. I saw it the whole time. I didn't take it. Yeah. Hold on. Why isn't that letting me? There we go. I mean, if you mark this up, 200 pips, and you've waited how long? 2 weeks for 200 pips? It's not really worth it, is it? It's pretty shit. That's why I didn't bother. And I'd really be looking for AUD USD. I'd really like to see the sales, so I'd be more interested to see what it does in this zone here for sales. I mean, if you look on the weekly, it's pretty awful, right? It's pretty shitty. So I'd be looking to see if we can sell it from this area here. Euro AUD, two of them are kind of neutral to strong. So that's why you're just getting this big massive range. It's not doing anything. In order for you to get an uptrend, you would need Euro to be strong, Australia to be weak. And if you want a downtrend, you'd need Euro to become weak and Australia to become strong, and that will then force it into a downtrend, right? But because both of them are pretty much either neutral to weak bullish just now, you're just getting they're the same strength, so they're just bouncing around each other. They're the same strength fundamentally, is what I mean. EuroCAD, I would be looking to buy this. I'd like this. A pretty shitty retest there. See, the main area of volume kicked in down here. So let's see what we've got. You could probably, you could mark this up, or you could even, just, bosh, there we go. Right. There we go. Bang. So that's the real one that we want. Let me just move this up. That tells me that this is where the volume kicked in. Alright, that's it here. Fixed range volume profile. So with the volume kicked in, that's where all the banks have lumped all their money into it, right? And if the banks have lumped all their money in here to push it up, they see that as a good area of value. So when it comes back down here, you could essentially look at it in a way like, right, the banks have got their stop losses down here, right? Now, I'm not actually saying that. Nobody knows that the banks have got their stop losses, but what I mean is, in a really layman's terms way, to try and explain it to you, if the volume kicked in here, that's what the banks put all their money into. If the banks put all their money into it here, then, they're going to keep it away from this area so that their stops don't get hit. There is a far more advanced explanation for all of this, but I'm just trying to keep it as simple as possible. And yeah, so if it comes back here, rejects here, that would be beautiful, and away we go. Euro CHF. So Euro's quite strong. CHF Swiss franc is always pretty strong. It never changes based on data. It changes based on market sentiment, which is risk on or risk off, right? My parrot's kicking off again. Shush. Be quiet. Anytime you can see me through this window, it just keeps kicking off. Right, let's see where. There we go. So this is the main one down here, right, with the volume kicked in. What pair is this? Oh, Euro NZD. So if it comes back and retests here, which could be a fair bit away, it could go. But it could. This is also a great area for it to retest, reject, and then fly. Okay, so you're only looking for buys on this. You're not looking to take the sell, right? That's just stagnant. Euro USD, both are fairly strong, so you're not really getting much movement. I'd be potentially looking for sells on this later, but it needs to break. Retest, the entry is here, and away we go. GBP AUD, I've marked up both. You can see, look, it's hit. Boom, rejected here. See, as already pinned out. Small candle, large engulfing. Once that's broken, it becomes the new area of retest. But I think as well, the amount of pips is pretty shit. 300, that's alright. 300's alright. 300 pips is not bad, but just not the best. GBP CAD. I'd be looking to buy this, but it's just pretty shitty, right? Okay, so this is where the volume kicked in. That's good to know. Some people call this the POC, the point of control, because when it gets back down there, banks will control it and they'll get it the fuck out of there. So I'll just move that. Okay, there we go. Small candle, large engulfing, come back, retest, reject, as I already marked up, I think last week or 2 weeks ago. Potential buys, and away we go. I'd like to see a little liquidity grab back in, and then away we go. Yeah, sorry. GBP CHF, you can see, look, it's hit here again. Started coming down, small candle, large engulfing, once broken, becomes the new resistance. Honestly, it's time and time again. This is at a massive all-time low. I'm not happy to really sell it from here, as I explained in previous videos. I'm really looking for it to come back up, retest this zone with a 200 EMA, or even better still, retest here, and then I would take it for the sale. But GJ pound yen is buys, 100% buys. You just can't buy it from here because there's no value to buy it from here. You need to wait for it to pull back. Shush. Small candle, large engulfing, once broken, comes back for retest and goes, but there's no value. Excuse me. 1,000,000% this is buys, right? 1,000,000% this is buys. Let's see what we've got in the 4 hour for this one. Excuse me, bloody knackered. Yeah, I'd like to see it maybe pulled in about here and then go. GBP USD. Could potentially see sells from here. Let's have a look at where the volume kicked in. Yeah, volume kicked in up here. Okay, so we are potentially looking at sells from here, guys. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Sorry, GBP USD. But we need to tie that up. This is just technical, right? We have to tie that up with fundamental as well. If USD is weak and GBP, if GBP is weak and wait there. If GBP is strong and USD is weak, then you're probably going to get this bang, bang, bang. In which case, this would be our entry, right? Not here. This. All right. Just wait and see. NZD CAD, both of them are shit. I wouldn't touch it. Both of them are weak, right? CAD and NZD are both weak, so I wouldn't even bother trading that. I only trade strong to weak. Or strong against weak, I should say. NZD CHF, shitty. I mean, look, we've already marked it up. Bang on here. You see how it's panned out again? It's not fucking... I don't have a crystal ball, guys. It's because this works. The whole... excuse me. Basing it on fundamentals for your direction, short or long. And then value is everything. Mark up your Fibonacci. 618, 786. Previous support, once broken, becomes the new resistance, and so on and so forth. Small candle, large engulfing with the volume kicked in. If it breaks that, the volume will kick in again from there, but it will just simply kick in from the opposite direction, you know? So, in other words, it'll be coming down here to reject and fly. If it doesn't reject and fly and it breaks through, it will then reject here and fly, right? But again, I didn't take this. If we zoom out, look, it's at an all-time low. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not worth taking it unless it comes back up here and then take it down. It's not worth it to me. You you might find that that's worth it to you guys, and that's perfectly fine to take it. It's not worth it to me. I don't want to bother with it. What we got? NZD, Japanese yen. Both are shit, so I wouldn't trade this because fundamentally you're trading a weak economy against a weak economy, right? And even if it comes to risk on, risk off, both of these currencies are risk off safe havens. So if the market ends up in some kind of risk off sentiment, right? Let's say America sends troops to Nigeria and Sudan right now to start smashing all these radicals. Well, what will happen is markets will go into risk off instantly, and people will then move their money out of USD and they'll put it into safe haven currencies like and assets like gold, NZD, Japanese yen, and Swiss franc, right? So both of these currencies, New Zealand dollar and the Japanese yen, are both... Shut up, Ollie! Are both... fucking hell, I'm going to have to go and get him. Hold on. Right, sorry about that. Here we go. Look at him. He's mental. So he just gobs off. Like, I don't know if any of you know about green cheek conures, right? He's an amazing bird. Like, me and him are like this, right? We're fucking best mates. But they're actually very, very quiet birds. The only time that they're noisy is when they either want fed, he wants me to play with him, or he just wants to be with me like this. Or at night time, if I forget to close his cage with the cover to make it all nice and dark, he goes off his nut until I close his cage. But he's brilliant. But because he can see me, look, I don't know if you can see this, because this is my office part right here. So that's his cage out there on the balcony, and this is obviously where I work. So I've got the views of the city from my living room, if you like. So that's why he's kicking off, because he can see me. Sorry. He can see me through the window. There we go. Right. Right, let me crack on with this. NZD USD is 1,000,000% sales. Let's just see where the volume kicked in, because that can change. Anybody's sake. Here we go. Down here. What time frame is that? Daily. Now you can mark this up, but nah, this is definitely not. What do you call it? Definitely not. Buys. Fucking 1,000,000% not, unless it goes. So, if markets quickly switched to risk off, right? Again, let's say the US sent troops to Sudan or Nigeria, whatever, right now, right? This would actually fly up. This would actually start going long, and you'd be thinking, well, who said that's sales? Yeah, well, it would be sales, but because the market sentiment has changed from risk on to risk off, people would move their money out of USD and into safe haven currencies / assets, right? NZD, Japanese yen, Swiss franc, gold, silver, and so on. So this would then get this. It would seem like, oh wow, NZD is strong. You have to remember, no, it's not strong. It's totally fucking wank, right? Their economy is shit. Their currency is even shitter. And it would just be because it's a safe haven currency, right? So then you wouldn't be buying it. Don't fucking buy it. Just wait for it to calm down. A couple of days later or a week later, markets will go back to risk off, and then you could sell it and take it all the way down because it'd be great value. But I'm definitely looking to sell this, guys. So let's just have a look on the weekly. Look, here's an even better area here. So let's just see if is that why I've marked it there? Ah, yeah, it is. See, that's why I've marked it on the weekly. So this is where it's kicked in. If it's small candle, large engulfing, breakaway. I'm going to wait for it to hit up here. Let me just put a marker up there. So slide this. Right, slide it down. There we go. Right, so when that hits here, I'm going to get the alert. Now, I'm really looking to sell it from here, guys. This would be fucking brilliant if we get it from there. Now, we may not, and it might just melt from here, but yeah, I think we've got a good chance of coming from here. Because remember, like, what have you got just above here? See above these highs, what have you got? Liquidity, right? Everyone's put their stop losses up here. If people enter sales just now, people are going to have their stop losses up here, so it's going to go like that, bang, fuck off, come back up, generate liquidity, come up here, boom, breakthrough, grab the liquidity, and then move down, right? So that's what we're waiting for. So we want to be putting our stop losses up. We're going to want to be entering around here, putting our stop losses up here, right? As Dr. David Paul used to always say, the stop loss needs to go where the stop loss needs to go. Don't place your stop loss thinking, oh, well, if I put it here, I can only do 0.10 lots and I'm not going to make a lot of money if it comes down. But if I put my stop loss here, then I get 0.30 lots and I can make a lot of money. Don't think that way. Do not think that way, because what will happen is you'll put your stop loss nice and tight and it'll just come down, then it'll go fuck off, it'll stop you out, and then it'll melt. And it's because it knows everyone's doing that. Everyone's trying to keep their stop loss tight. You know, it's the worst thing you can do. You need to put the stop loss where it needs to go, above the previous highs. You need to give it space to breathe and so on. USD CAD, sorry, let's go back. It's definitely, USD CAD is definitely buys. Definitely buys, but yeah, we just need to wait and see. USD CHF, shit. USD Japanese yen's definitely buys, but you can't buy it from here. There's no value. You need to wait for it to pull back. I'd love to see it pull back to here. Look, small candle, large engulfing, breaks away, retests and goes. Now you want to see the longer retest like this. Boom, boom. So if this market hits this zone here, around about the 149,477, definitely buy it from there. That's a great area to buy from, all right. Let's have a look at dollar index. So it's coming down. We're in an area that can potentially reject from now and start flying, or come down and retest this. Let's wait and see. It is in limbo, as you can see, right? Oil, I know a lot of people ask for oil. Oil is still shorts. I've said it for ages. It remains shorts. Oil ain't fucking buys. Yes, you can see you could have bought it from here to here, but it's just a counter trend. There's no point in it. I really want to see oil hit here. Then I'm going to take it for a sell and down. So I'm not really touching oil for quite a long time, unless it breaks below here, comes back up for the retest, and then melts. Then I would take it. But other than that, no. Ollie, stop eating my bloody earphones. Gold, silver is flying, so I want silver to come back down and retest this zone here. Let's see if the volume kicked in. Volume kicked in down here, great. So I really want it. I want silver to kind of retest this zone here. Copper. I want copper to come back down. It could retest this zone. Let's just have a look. It didn't here. Okay, great. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see what it does. Goes back down, retest this, away we go. And that is it. Alright. So now, let's jump across to fundamentals. I just wanted to change it up a little bit there and do something different because I'm always doing fundamentals first, right? So, China, NZD. I'm going to fly through this, right? Because we're already at bloody 20 minutes. But look, guys, this is how time-consuming fucking trading is. There's no get-rich-quick scheme here. If you think bankers... Oh, sorry, let me get... If you think bankers just come in, draw a stupid fucking line on their page and go, oh, if it breaks that, I'm gonna enter a buy, then you are fucking smoking way too much crack. Because that's not what they do. 14... Okay, we're on the 14th now. Right, let's have a look. Bullish, same, so it hasn't cut rates, all A. Visit arrivals, bearish, bullish, employment change. He's fucking standing on my coffee now. Don't drink that, fucking hell. He's going to be smashing off woes in a minute. Employment change, AUD, it's bearish. Unemployment rate, it's still quite bad, but it came in. It's the same as before. So they've got a grip on unemployment, which is good. You know, it would be seen as, if it's good, it's seen as bullish. So that's bearish. That's bullish. Bullish. It's dropped. It's slightly bearish, but it is still a surplus, so that's good. New loans is bullish. Don't be fooled that it's red, because it was previously 220, now it's 390, so it's still bullish, okay, because it's increased. It's just red because it didn't come in as high as what they forecast, right? So that's why they've made it red. Let's see what we've got for next week. Retail sales year on year, want to see that. Unemployment rate, yep, we want to see that. Manufacturing, yep. PMI. Credit card spending, we want to see that. However, remember, things like credit card spending and stuff and retail sales, we're really anticipating and expecting them to be high just now, right? Because we're in the Christmas season. So November, December and January, we always anticipate that they're going to be high because people are buying for Christmas. And I know not in January, but January's numbers are December's numbers. You know what I'm saying? The numbers that get released in January is the data from December. We're always a month behind, right? So we have to look at it that way. So we expect credit card spending to be high because it's Christmas. So I'm going to put neutral AUD, but in my mind, I know it's a kind of neutral to weak bullish, right? It's a neutral to weak bullish. Weak NZD because it's shit. I'm also going to put a neutral CHF, okay? Because it's just always neutral. And it changes based on risk on sentiment or risk off sentiment is why it doesn't change based on data like this, okay? Right, moving on, let's just crack on here and get this smashed out. CAD, I already know it's weak. BLC rate, so they never cut rates. Trade balance has increased slightly, so that's positive. It's bullish. Building permits bullish. And bearish. Don't be fooled that that's green thinking it's bullish. It's because it came in, look, it was previously 0.6, now it's 0.1, so it's dropped, so that's bearish. They thought it was going to be minus 0.1, and it came in higher than what they had forecast, right? So that's why it's green. Don't think because it's green it's bullish, it's not, it's bearish. But even though we've got a little bit of decent news there from Canada, it's still weak, right? Their economy overall is fucked. It's totally shit. CPI month on month, median CPI year on year. Yeah, we've got CPI next week. Manufacturing sales, core retail sales, and everything month on month. Yeah, we've got some decent news next week we want to see for CAD, but yeah, it's still weak, right? The economy overall is still shit. And remember that the Canadian economy heavily relies upon oil. So if oil's weak and bearish, then it makes the currency really shit. Okay, so bear that in mind. So I've got Canada as weak. CHF, we don't even bother looking at that because it's based on risk of sentiment. The general data never really changes on that. Euro. Bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, but it's Italian. So when it comes to the Eurozone, the ones that really make a difference is Germany and France, right? Italy and Spain don't really make a difference, so we don't really care. Italy quarterly, yeah. German final CPI, bearish. French final CPI, bearish. Okay, so previously we had Euro in weak, bullish, right? I'm gonna move Euro across just now to neutral because it said pretty stagnant news for a couple of weeks. Okay, so I'm now going to move it across to neutral. Don't eat my phone. What have we got for next week? PMI, CPI. Yeah, we've got a lot of news next week for the Eurozone. Okay, so I've got Euro as neutral. GBP. I think I had that as neutral as well. Bearish, 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 bullish, bullish, bearish. Yeah, so I'm going to keep it in neutral. I'm not going to move it to weak as yet. I'm going to keep it in neutral. Not the best news for pound. It's again the same as euro. It's been pretty stagnant and shitty for the last couple of weeks. Hence, I can now move it from neutral. And did I even have? Maybe I even had that in a week. I'm not sure, but yeah. Let's see. Next week we've got claimant count change. We want to see that average earnings. Yet we want to see that unemployment rate, flash market, PMI, CPI. So next week is a big week for the British pound, right? GBP. So let's see what we get next week. So I'm going to keep that in neutral for now. Japanese yen. We already know it's weak, so we can just put that in weak right away. Average cash earnings. Bullish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, because they've got a hold of it. Bullish, bullish. So if it's some good news for the Japanese yen, right, doesn't mean it's strong at all. It's just very simply had a good week, right? That's it. It's had a good week. It's still shit overall. Next week, what have we got? We've got PMI, core machinery orders, trade balance. So we've got some news next week we want to see, but nothing. Core CPI, nothing that we really care about, all right? So that is going to remain in week. And last, USD. Bullish, 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 bullish. Bearish. We don't care about that. Crude oil, federal funds rate. They've cut rates down to 3.75, and as it was forecast, it won't have. It's not a surprise, so it's not going to have a negative effect on the market, right? It's not going to have a bearish effect because they already anticipated it. And like I said, when I gave my explanation video, the goal here for central bank rates over here is to get inflation down to around the 2% mark without crashing their economies. That's the goal, right? So they're bringing it down slowly but surely. And then once they get there, around about the 2% mark, the goal is to get it back up, you know? Because that then creates a bull market and everybody makes money in bull markets, okay? Unemployment claims. Bearish. 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 Yeah, so it's mixed data for the USD. I'm going to keep USD. Let me just see what we've got. Average hourly earnings. Unemployment rate. Flash manufacturing. We've got a big a big week next week. Is that, in fact, is it NFP next week? No, it's not. Yeah, we've got a big week next week anyway for the USD. All right, so let's just wait and see. It is a tough one. I'm gonna keep USD in strong for now, weak bullish, right? And let's see what numbers we get. So just to wrap up this week, you could argue that USD is gonna be is neutral for now, but I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and keep it in strong. But I know in my mind that it's weak bullish. Okay, it's not powerhouse strong right now. It's weak bullish. So I've got the currency strengths down this week as USD strong, weak, NZD, CAD, Japanese yen, neutral, AUD, CHF, Euro, and GBP. Okay, I'll say that one more time. Strong, USD, weak, NZD, CAD, Japanese yen, neutral, AUD, CHF, Euro, and GBP. All right, guys, that is pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, I probably won't be trading anymore now because it's Christmas. Markets are shit. If you've been in the markets for a while, you know that markets are really fucking shit now. We've probably got about this week of scalps. We could probably scalp this week, and that's about it. I won't be doing any long-term trades, not a fucking chance. And markets tend to get better again. The middle of January. Sometimes they don't even get better until the end of February, start of March. You know, so we just have to wait and see what we get and play it by ear. Okay, but have a great Christmas. Have a great New Year. If you're going to trade this week, don't do anything stupid. Don't over-risk. Don't over-trade. And just be smart, okay? And be wary. Markets are pretty shit because it is the Christmas period. Much love. Take care.